Hi team, my name is Cole. I'm with MAX Gen 5 as a customer support lead.
Hi, I'm Ricardo Verdugo. I'm with 4 Wheel Parts ORW.
And today we're going to be walking you through exactly how to install these MAX Gen 5 sensors onto this 2020 Toyota 4Runner. So come along with us.
After dismounting the wheel, Ricardo here is pulling the valve core out of the valve stem housing to release the air pressure. After this, he can then debead the tire. During installation, please ensure when debeading the tire that the valve stem is on the opposite end of the rim, just to avoid damaging the valve itself or the original sensor. So here we're installing the aluminum variant of the Gen 5 sensor. So of course you're going to get into position, then put the nut into place, then use a valve puller to then secure it. After doing this process, you will then use a torque wrench to secure it 1.2 nanometers of torque spec. Please ensure to use an adequate amount of tire lube to make sure that it seats properly, goes in snugly, and has no leakage. Perform this at a 90-degree angle to ensure the valve does not break or tear, and this way we ensure that there is no leakage after the installation. Please ensure the purple housing is facing towards you during the installation, not sideways, not backwards. We must use the valve puller to ensure that the purple housing is facing us so the signal will not be lost through the rim and the TPMS module can communicate with said sensor. After installing the sensor, please ensure to inflate it to the correct PSI value indicated on the front side driver door jamb. This way we can get an accurate reading and ensure the TPMS Relearn goes through without any issues.
Hi team, this is Cole with MAX Gen 5 TPMS support. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to program and relearn this 2020 Toyota 4Runner utilizing the MX41 alongside the Hamaton TPMS tool as well. So come with me and let's go ahead and show you. Alrighty, so now utilizing the MAX MX41 TPMS tool, you're going to go ahead and power that unit on. Once you get to the main menu, you're going to cycle over in order to program these sensors. You're going to go to Program Sensor. Once you do that, you're going to select the MAX Total Gen 5 sensor, and you'll do it for the corresponding make model year. So today we're doing a Toyota 4Runner 2020, and now we're going to create the sensors from scratch. So what that means is we're going to need to utilize the Create New Sensor option, and following this, we will repeat this programming step for all 4 of the wheels. So now, once we're in the correct positioning for the program sensor option, we're going to go ahead and go over to this first wheel, the left front. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this tool and we're going to position it. We're going to locate the valve stem wherever it is, right there. And you want to place the tool's antenna closest to the rubber sidewall, right below the valve stem, right there. And once you do that, this is the trigger button. And after doing that, it will request and then it will start to upload the data for that sensor. Alrighty, so after programming that first sensor, you're hit with these. So you get the information, it is the TPMS ID, you get the battery life, you get the PSI pressure, and also alongside it you get the temperature of the actual sensor inside of the rim. These are all useful information, so you will get this every time you program our MAX Gen 5 sensors. So after programming that first one in the left front, we recommend going clockwise around the vehicle until you complete all 4 sensors. So now we're going to move to the right front and we're going to do the exact same procedure. Pretty much go to the Create New Sensor, locate the valve stem, and once you find the valve stem, just go to the rubber sidewall and start triggering it, and it will upload the data to that sensor. All right team, so now we need to trigger said sensors, all 4 of them going clockwise. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So utilizing the MX41, we're gonna need to go to the check sensor option, and then we go to Toyota, we go to 4Runner, and then we do the 2020. This one has 4 wheels for the TPMS, the spare does not have one. So we'll go to 4 wheels, and now we need to subsequently trigger each sensor. So we're gonna position it right on the rubber sidewall, closest to the valve stem, and trigger it, and we get the reading. Now let's go ahead and go over to the front right tire position and do the exact same process. So we will go ahead and locate that valve stem, then we will trigger said sensor. Okay, we got a reading. And now we go to the rear right, and let's go ahead and trigger that one. Awesome, we got that reading, and now we just need to do the last tire. So then we will cycle over to the rear left and go do the same exact procedure once more. Boom. And after doing so, the tool will prompt you to then connect via OBD cable and turn the ignition on to perform the next step. So I'll go ahead and show you that right now. All right, team, now after triggering all those sensors, the tool will tell you to connect the OBD cable and turn the ignition on. So I already have the OBD portion connected, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into the tool itself as such. And now we need to turn the ignition on first. It's very critical that you plug in the OBD cable first and then perform the relearn itself. So when that's done, we go ahead and connect the cable. Now this is a push button start, so we're gonna go ahead and do 2 presses to get it into ignition on mode. And it will show you that right on that middle cluster of the ignition on. Then give the car about 5 seconds just to warm up, boot up. And once that's done, go ahead and just press the OK button and it'll start to transfer those TPMS IDs. Boom, and transfer successful. This car has been successfully relearned. All right, team, so with these sensors programmed, now we just initiate the relearn. So what that means is you need to turn this tool on, get to the main menu of the Hamaton, and go to check sensor, and then put in the make model year. So we have a Toyota 4Runner 2020. This only has 4 wheels, the 5th one does not have a sensor, so we'll select 4 wheels. And now we need to approach the front left tire first and work our way clockwise around the car. So let me show you exactly how to trigger this in the best fashion. So what you'll need to do is locate the valve stem and put this antenna closest to the rubber sidewall of the tire and hit this green button, which is the trigger button. And then it will give you readings out of it, the TPMS ID, the PSI, the frequency, the sensor temperature, and the battery, if it's normal or if it's low. So now what we need to do is perform these steps subsequently to the other tires. So let me go ahead and go over to the front right and perform the exact same procedure. Locate said valve stem right there, rubber sidewall, trigger, boom. You get all that reading out of that one as well. And now we will perform the exact same thing on the right rear. Locate the valve stem, rubber sidewall, beautiful. And now we will just do the last sensor, which is in the rear left. And let's go ahead and just trigger this one. And right there, rubber sidewall, boom. And once you trigger all 4 of these, you will then be prompted to connect via OBD and then turn the ignition on to then transfer the IDs into the vehicle. So let me go ahead and show you exactly how to do that right now. All right, team, now that we have triggered all 4 of those sensors, now we just need to connect the OBD cable to the vehicle and then transfer said IDs to the car's ECU. So with that said, go ahead and plug in the OBD cable down there, then connect it to the tool itself. And after doing so, you will then turn the ignition on this vehicle. For this Toyota, it is 2 button presses. After doing so, you will give the car about 5 seconds just to warm up and start it. And after doing so, then you will press the OK button. And it will start transferring those TPMS IDs. Boom, and we got transfer successful, so this vehicle has been successfully relearned. All right, team, so we have successfully relearned this 2020 Toyota 4Runner via OBD. Now, if you or your team ever need help in the future pertaining to these relearns or any questions at all, you can always call us at 833-519-5752, or you can email us at support@twgtpms.com. Thank you so much for watching.